Have sound on. I didn't turn my sound on OBS. Oh, this is going. Oh god, I'm so good at this. Chat.
You're very good at this. You're very
oh
spot
no!
on.
And now we're okay. Never mind. We're gonna have PNGs.
Oh, how unfortunate.
No, god damn it.
Jesus Christ. Hey, we got it now. We got it working now. That's all that should matter.
Alright, title has been fixed.
Yo, yo.
Hello, Caleb.
Yo.
The Mines Engine.
Holy Trinidad.
Trinity.
So what are we doing this stream?
Alright.
What can we expect to do on this night of debauchery?
Okay, well, how many people here have Minecraft?
I have Minecraft.
I do.
but,
I do.
Oh.
I have it,
Minecraft,
but I'm not
but
confident.
I probably can't join until my older sister gets back because I'm currently watching my lizard and my baby sister.
Okay, well, how many
Lizard? You have a lizard now? Oh, so cool.
lizard?
Well, I had a lizard, but she's
Alright, we're gonna start this stream by killing this wandering trader, because their trades are bad by default.
Alright, I'm back.
So, this stream is off to a horrible start, because I didn't have
Nothing is working.
I messed up the title, my OBS wasn't recording audio, the PNGs started getting all fucky.
No. Oh no.
But yeah.
Average Crouch Chicken production stream, it just absolutely shits itself.
Alright. I'm aware, guys. So, hello, as you all already know who the fuck I am, I'm Wild. Then we have the director of the episode that just premiered, we have Mulsbury Incorporated, aka Jack.
What's up, what's up? Am I loud enough or should I turn myself up?
I think you're fine. We have...
Okay, I'm just gonna be close to my microphone.
We have the voice of Diesel and the director of several other episodes. We have Digital Wolf.
Bye.
And then the voice of Murdoch and Boko, aka Nathan. I'm pretty sure he's muted right now.
Yeah, but he is here. Hi, Nathan.
Boko!
We have the voice of Richard, even though Richard has not appeared in the series yet. We have Tidmouth Works.
Oh, hello there. I'm just chilling here. I also happen to be... No, Percy, no, not today.
Not today, Percy. So,
But
not
I'm
today.
the voice of
today,
something.
Percy.
No. You're in the timeout corner. Aww.
You're gonna stay in the timeout corner too. You
We've
learn
got-
how to behave.
I really
young man.
should have introduced the other voices of Thomas and Diesel. We have the voice of Toby. We have the Wolf director.
Hello there. And since Richard didn't say it earlier, dickheads.
Oh, dickheads.
And then we have the voice of the Troublesome Trucks. We have 836, aka George Porkchop, aka Georgie Porgy.
Certified FRA railroader at your service.
Hell yeah.
Actually, he is actually FRA certified. I'm pretty sure.
And then
He does indeed
Yes, sir,
work on
I
a
am.
real railroad.
Certified fireman.
Yeah, no, that's everybody on stream right now. So
Wait, what about? Wait, did you mention Golden Terrier Studios?
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Golden
you were
Terror
here,
Studios
though.
in the flesh? No way!
And then
I
we,
know, I
I
thought
didn't,
you
dog, I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice you were here. And then we have the newest member of the team who doesn't really do much yet. We have Golden Terrier Studios.
Hello. So yeah, I write and shit. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I'm new here, so I don't even know what my job is yet. So yeah.
Yeah, we haven't gotten that
Exactly.
figured out yet, cause he. Let's start this stream with SSM story time. Wild fucked up. So, when I was uploading my, I
He
think
likes doing that.
I uploaded my Cars videos. I'm pretty sure. And
It was like a call video, I think.
was it the retrospective on the Cars universe not making sense, or was it the review of the diecast?
I think it was a review of the diecast. I've completely forgotten. I got a notification on both of them, so I'll just click one of them.
Yeah, so I uploaded those 2 videos, which no one watched, but you know what? The fact that Golden Terrier here did means a lot. Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, instead of including a link to the fan server for SSM, I accidentally included the production server. As soon as Terrier joined, I was like, "Hey, why are you here?" It's like I joined a link, and I'm like, "Oh shit." So those videos are linkless at the moment, but I was familiar with Golden Terrier beforehand. I was like, "Hey Ray, is this guy cool?" And Ray was like, "Yeah, he's cool." So we just kind of let him stay.
Loki just been chilling like he should be.
Exactly.
He's kind of he's kind of just the server's pet at the moment.
Bro!
You know,
Oh, look at you, pretty,
That's a weird way
fluffy
to word it,
kitty.
Will.
Oh, aren't you just adorable? You look so petable.
Terrier, from now
Aren't
on, we're gonna treat you like a dog.
We're not doing
Oh,
that.
aren't you the
Oh my
floofy little
God.
floofball you are? Oh, let me pet you.
We
Oh,
are
you're
not
so
doing that.
floofable. I want to pet you.
I'm sorry, why did it
I want to take you for a walk now. You're going to a walk with me now.
We're
You
gonna
get
go
Oh
to
treat
my
the
God,
afterwards.
where did my
We're giving out
ability to
goofy
fight
stories.
Enderman go? Jesus.
Sorry, I ate your ability to fight Enderman.
similar to the teacher's pet or something?
The
Jeez.
teacher's pet is crazy.
Hey, I could use
now.
some help.
Damn.
I am
Hey,
being assaulted.
Even better,
You
you're
should
not,
not be
just a
playing
dog, you're a
Minecraft,
boy,
Ooh.
bro.
I am almost not okay. I am not okay. Help. This zombie is going. I am on half a heart, please. I'm okay.
Your stream is so delayed on my end.
Yeah, that's YouTube.
No one's talking in chat, right? I saw that Derailed sent a message, but past that, I have not seen anything else.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of people in chat.
So,
So, yeah.
before we get into other things like a Q&A, like the Q&A for STT season 1, I do kind
What
of
is happening, by the way?
I do want to talk about the production of Thomas and Diesel, because Hell's Bells and fucking Cockle Shells was that an experience.
Whoa. If anyone should talk about the production, it's me. I
Well,
made
yeah,
this.
I know. No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, exactly. And don't call me Shirley.
I said Sherlock, get your shit straight.
I'm hard of hearing, guys. My balls are off. I can't hear words.
Alright, but if we could allow Jack the stage to talk about the experience that was making this episode.
I would really like to, unless y'all want to talk about something else first.
No, you're good.
This is the season
Save.
1 after party. You should go and talk about Thomas and Diesel.
The
So,
stage is yours.
For anyone that is not in the know and did not read the description of the episode, yes, Thomas and Diesel is the official finale for STT Season 1. This is where Season 1 ends, and now we will be going on a hiatus for an undeterminate amount of time. Some of us want to go on hiatus longer than others. Others want to keep making episodes a little even earlier into the year, probably even February, but they probably won't come out in February. But that's besides the point. It is officially designated as on hiatus for the whole team. We're going to be working full-time on hopefully some other Thomas adjacent projects, but mostly just other generalized SSM Something Strange media projects, because there have been a lot of things that we have not gotten to do, and we would like to work on those things. So this was the finale, and I appreciate everyone who came and watched. And again, for those not in the know, Wild did not make this episode. I made this one. This is almost completely my creation, but I'm going to give specific people specific credit. I'm going to credit Wild for the third act of the episode. I was so burnt out, I could not continue the sound editing. So I handed him the project and I said, you can finish it, because he had offered and I had said no originally, and then I changed my mind. So thank you, Wild, for doing that. Greatly appreciated. And then I'd like to give props to my dog, the Lens Flare Goat, Digital Wolf. Appreciate you, Digi, for the spark effects that he made in Gmod with a rig, by the way, which is really interesting, and I want to know how that works. So I thank you gratefully for that. And then I want to thank all the voice actors that I can remember off the top of it. Thank you very much to, thank you to Wild for voicing Thomas, obviously. Thank you for Digi for voicing Diesel, to Wilfred for voicing Toby, to George for voicing the Troublesome Trucks. You did an immaculate fucking job, you fireman fuck. Thank you to Summer for voicing Daisy's driver. Thank you to the Sudrian femboy herself. Thank you very much, Elias. I really appreciate it. For voicing Annie and Clarabelle. Immaculate job. Thank you to Wild's mom for voicing Daisy. I thought that was funny. It's still funny. We all joke about that. It's really fun.
Mama Dagan is the
thank
fucking
you.
goat, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you to Rob for voicing for that one random background passenger.
That's
That
like,
was just
The one losing
dude,
his
that
mind.
one background passenger, that's gonna be the only thing anyone remembers this episode for.
I'd hope not. I spent so long on this.
That's a joke, dude. Don't worry.
I know.
That and the Thomas crash out. That's what people are probably gonna remember
Yeah.
was Thomas's crash out.
I do hope people found that in character, because the further we got into
Yeah.
production, I was like, I'm not sure if Thomas would say this anymore.
Thank you to, I'm trying to remember every voice actor because I want to give everyone credit.
I think
Oh,
we picked
yeah,
up
yeah.
so props to her.
Yeah, to Alice for that.
Alice
That was
passing through
fucking
pictures.
goated.
Don't forget
Appreciated
Speedy.
that. So I'm gonna cap off voice actor credits with just thank you to everyone for doing that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna credit. Thank you to all of you, the both of you, Baltimore. Really, really fun. This whole thing was really, really fun to do. So now I'm gonna actually talk about production.
Oh shit.
For those who know, this has been a very long production. It hasn't been a month. It hasn't been 2 months. This started in October of 2025. September, October. And that was a long time ago now.
It's crazy, man.
I started it mid to early October with the want of getting it out in either September or December at the latest, which clearly didn't happen. And I got really far into filming, and I got incredibly far into production. But I ended up just giving up this month, January, because I was just out of it. I love this has been my child, but I was very happy that Wild offered to finish up the episode for me. It was a very long production with a lot of different specific issues. There were for probably the first 4 weeks, I couldn't film anything after the intro scene because OBS stopped working. So I just had to wait until it fixed itself. It did. I didn't know what happened. It just didn't work anymore. So yeah, that was absolutely wonderful. Trains never shit out on me. It never crashed, not once. But it was still really finicky because, you know, if you've ever filmed in trains before, you know that it's rather difficult. It's got a lot of moving parts. You got to remember to change the faces. You got to make sure that your character is using the right default spec. You got to use the right. It's a lot of process. And then some of the models I was just really not happy with. The reason that Diesel's face pack changed in that one scene was because I needed one specific face that the face pack on our Diesel didn't have. And then I realized the face pack had it, but it was too far in.
Like,
so I
way
couldn't
too
go
deep.
back and
No
refilm
point
it.
in changing it.
Yeah, I'm still very disappointed with how that scene came out, with how that whole sequence with him and his different model came out, because you can tell it's a different face pack. So if I were to go back and do it again, I'd, not do that. But I'm still relatively happy with that scene as a whole. Let's see. Thomas is a piece of shit to work with. That stupid ass dumbass model.
Hi guys.
It's not that he looks it's not that he looks bad or that he doesn't function or any of that. It's just that the default engine spec that he comes with is so annoying. So yeah, I changed that out a bunch during filming, and it was so annoying. Percy, the reason that Percy is different in the after credit scene is because that is his official season 2 model. What's up, Ivy? What's up, go? That is his official season 2 model. The reason that we had to change the model out is because I don't know, you can just barely see it in the wide shot, just barely. But the front of his boiler, of his saddle tank, is a mesh. So like a sub mesh. So if you go too far away from it, it disappears into the aether. You know.
So you can see
because
the nearest pinstripe.
It's
to
so
the front of
annoying,
the boiler,
and so
which is
the whole
weird.
front of the freaking saddle tank is red.
Do you mind if I share this tidbit about the production with the voice acting of Thomas?
When we get to that part, yeah.
All right.
So that's the reason Percy's model changed. It's a problem that we have dealt with consistently throughout the entirety of STT's filming cycle, before Percy's model got changed multiple times. What's up, Silver? Also, yeah, sure, I got you, Andy. I'll call you Andy. You got that, twin.
No problems with Percy consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Percy's model changed quite a couple times, but the one that we had landed on for the whole rest of season 1 just, was the way it was, which was great.
there's for the record, there's only 2 voice actor changes I want to go into detail about. I would appreciate if we strayed away from literally every single other one, please. So the 2 I want to just draw attention to after we're done talking about this is Percy's gonna have a voice change, and Gordon. Oh God, Gordon.
So all right, I'll go ahead and drop the news on Percy, and then we'll talk about some of the other voice actor changes later. Percy's voice actor, the legendary Well-Tank Records, who is an amazing guy and really fun to work with.
He's a sweetheart.
Sadly will not be voicing Percy anymore. Not due to him being a jerk or doing anything at all that upset us ever, but just because he goes on hiatus a lot, and when we were in the middle of making a lot of episodes and writing for them, it was really hard to find the time to find him to go and record his lines. We'd have to keep extending deadlines and extending, and it was really annoying. It's the reason that a lot of episode ideas were canned. The original intention for the finale was for it to actually be all at sea, but I ended up hating that script and realized that we weren't going to be able to get Well-Tank to get any lines in. So thank you, Well-Tank, for voicing Percy for so long. We really appreciate you. I know you're on hiatus right now, so you probably won't hear me say this or any of us say anything about you, but you're seriously an incredible voice actor. We appreciated you working with us. You were a joy, seriously. And the new voice actor has been picked out and is in VC, and even made a little joke at the start of the stream.
Everyone give a big round of applause for Tidmouth Works.
Oh, hi there. I don't know what else to say, but thank you for having me around.
I really appreciate it. It's honestly, I didn't really at first thought I would be the voice for Percy, because I'm just like, why not just do this for silly? But turns out I was wrong. I got picked for that. So yeah, thank you guys very much. I'm glad to be part of this new opportune sort of thing to voice with. Plus, this will be the first time I voice Percy in like anything at all. I'm not even joshing you. And for the other Percy voice actor, and again, as Jack said, I know you're probably in hiatus, but if you're seeing this at one point, just live well, good sir. You deserve it.
Yeah. Really appreciate you. It does disappoint me that we are going to be on hiatus here for a little bit, but I promise that one of the first episodes I want to write is going to be for sure a Percy related episode. I'd love to get all out.
That's all good.
Okay, I'll wait to share this fact after we're done talking about the production of this episode.
Yeah. So some more production tidbits that I'm going to go over. because it was a very long. It was a 5-month process. So I think I'm gonna try and talk about as much of it as I possibly can. So all of the audio was also mastered by the legendary lens flare goat himself, Digital Wolf. He used Audacity to do that because I have no idea how that shit works. And there were a couple of points in the line process where we would go and look through the lines and either A, not be happy with sound quality, or B, realize that we had to ask people to redo lines. In fact, I had to ask Wild probably 6 times to redo or record specific Thomas lines because he either forgot them or because I hadn't sent the right fixed ones.
Yeah, no. So if I could go,
I had to redo Diesel's line a couple times.
if I could go into some detail about
Sorry, I
this.
didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay, Minecraft's being a pain right now, but so basically what was going on was that I had recorded a decent chunk of the missing lines in an audio file that we marked off to not use because I had recorded all of the normal lines, normal speaking lines, and all of Thomas's yelling lines in one file. This was before I figured out standing away from the microphone would not make the mic peak. So we basically, just to kind of make this simple terms, we had a damaged file that had perfectly good lines, but we had marked it off to not be used.
Yeah.
Which is why so many ended up being missing.
Yeah.
And
then
oh man.
Great. Then there were multiple times where I was just going through all the main files and I was like, oh, good, getting all the voice lines. And then I think there were probably 3 times where I got to the points where Wild had recorded them in the second file, and I said, "Oh no, where's the line?" And it wasn't there. So I had to muster up all my courage and all my testosterone and go ask him, "Hey, can you redo these?" And then he'd yell at me and be mean.
No, whenever I was frustrated, I was not frustrated at you for not being able to find them. I was frustrated because I knew for a fact I did record everything at one point.
It was so annoying because I hated thinking about the fact I was gonna have to ask him. I was like, oh great, I get to go ask him to redo lines.
Right.
And then I also had to think about the fact that, oh great, now I can't film anything.
Right, so another interesting tidbit, towards the tail end of Jack filming, when we got to the crash scene, all of the lines of Thomas going, no, wait, those were recorded last minute in a VC.
Yeah, and Wild threw himself on the floor.
I didn't use the line that he threw himself on the floor for.
Yeah, we didn't even use the line.
Yeah, I didn't even, properly cushion the floor properly. I put a bunch of blankets and pillows on the floor, and I still ended up hurting myself. My shoulder ached for about, I don't know, 30 minutes after I fell on the floor. This is the first ever STT episode we can say someone got injured doing shit for it.
Exactly one person got injured during the production of this episode.
Yeah, it was me!
Thomas was hurt during the production of this episode. We should have put that in the credits.
Man.
Yeah, that's way better than what I've seen working on the record as of right now.
God, that just Thomas. And there's a scene, and right before Thomas yells at Annie and Clarabelle, calling them worthless, right? You could hear the audio quality just dip because this was the main thing that gave away that apparently I had recorded these lines already, but they're in the bad audio file. Thomas says, but Diesel, not yet anyway.
Yep.
So I had to record those at my dad's, and that's why on my
those
phone. That's why they were
those
so
were
accurate.
ADR. That was a really last minute ADR that Wild had to do at his dad's.
Yeah, so for context,
Damn.
at my dad's, I don't have a computer, I don't have any of that. Everything ever has ever been done for STT has been worked on at my mom's, because that is where my computer is.
Yeah.
Kaboom!
Boo.
Tom- Thomas screams and other stories.
Thomas the Tank Engine and other stories being a bitch.
Thomas
Yeah.
the Tank Engine screams and other stories. It was
I
a lovely day on the island of Sodor. Suddenly, Thomas. Ah!
really
Exactly.
enjoyed.
It stubbed his toe.
I really enjoyed just writing this episode because of.
Oh, writing this was a joy.
Dude, it was such a like because
It was
I
really
I've
fun to
had
cross through.
so many like I'm really glad you kind of let me just. I don't. Did I think I wrote most of the dialogue for Thomas, didn't I?
So, all right, I'm gonna talk about writing this episode just as a production tidbit. I got you. So the writing for this episode was done, probably over the course of late September. I don't really typically count writing as when production starts, but I know it is counted. I like in my head I think of it as starting in October, but it was like really late September. I started writing like the base idea for the script, and then we all started doing the work for it well into October. So I got everyone on board with writing it for me. And then I think it was either Digi, Elias, or Wild that said this would be a good finale. And so I wrote it as the finale. I had originally intended it to not be the finale, but it ended up being the finale, which I'm glad it was. It's a good finale, in my opinion at least. I bet people can disagree. So I wrote most of the dialogue. Then Wild wrote most of Thomas's dialogue. Digi came in and reworked a lot of Diesel's dialogue to be more like stuff he thought the SDT Diesel would say, which ended up being really good. Ray came in and he did a lot of spell checking in some places. Not the whole script was spell checked by Ray, but he did go over it a lot. Elias and Wilfred did look at the script, and Elias gave me a couple of ideas. Wilfred just mainly supported the script and told me to keep moving. And I had a couple other people just like I showed them the script. My buddy Speedy, who did voice a passenger, and is now officially a part of the writers team. Not writers team, officially part of the production team. He told me about a couple of things I could have changed if I were to go back and redo the script, and I said that I would definitely take that advice next time. So he was a lot of fun to talk to. I talked to him. There were plenty of nights where I stayed up until 3 a.m. filming, and I was in VC with him. Shout out to my dog Speed. And most of the script editing was just done in our official writers VC. So I really appreciate to everyone in that VC for I know that not all of you did get to help write it, but I appreciate most of you looking at it. And most of the people in the writers VC are also directors, so that's great.
Oh shit! More of my armor just broke.
I have iron on me. Come here.
I've got iron.
Bro, Raggy.
All right. So it was a lot of fun to write. It was a great time to write. I think the two best parts of Thomas and Diesel for me was writing and filming montages. I loved filming montages and I loved writing, and then everything else was also pretty okay.
Hey man, I'm at my computer. I think I'm gonna join you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sounds good.
We need to head back to the actual town, by the way.
Well, Digi's not on. I don't want to leave without him.
That's fair.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun to write. Some quick things that I want to mention about writing. Not writing. Some quick things I want to mention about production again, because we're still technically in the production section. Music. The montage of Diesel acclimatizing to work on Farquhar. The song that I picked for it was originally a different song. It started out as Kill the Barflies by Self. That's Self like just the word self. And I really wanted to use that song, and then I remember that song was like 6 minutes long. So I ended up going for my other favorite song at the time, and one of my favorite songs of all time, Zero by the Smashing Pumpkins. But I used a remix by Donato. So I really appreciate him existing. I know he doesn't know I exist, but his remix was a lot of fun and really great. So I'm really glad I got to use a Smashing Pumpkin song because I like that kind of music. So that was a lot of fun, was to pick out music. I got to use a lot of Halo music. And by a lot, I mean one Halo song, which was fun. That was the song in Daisy's section was the Halo music I got to use.
Sorry.
Using the Fallout New Vegas soundtrack was a lot of fun. One of my favorite games of all time, and also one of the greatest games of all time, no doubt. And then there were plenty of other songs recommended by the team when I was just in a funk and couldn't find something to fit a scene. So yeah, thank you to the team again there. That was very nice of you guys, and you guys are cool.
What's good, ball monsters?
We're on stream, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Watch your tongue, boy.
Yes,
Watch
ma'am.
your tone, boy.
Watch your toad, boy.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is Curb. This is the Curbster. He did not help with production, but he's still cool.
Yeah.
Voice of Bill and Ben
and Barnaby.
Yeah, Barnaby. You guys remember the hit character Barnaby from the hit short? I forget the name, but it's a hit. It has 1 billion hits on Instagram.
It has 1 billion Pixar Emmys.
1 Pixar Emmy. So yeah.
Hey, Curb, I don't want to be a jerk, but considering you have background noise, unless you're trying to say something, can you please mute?
Yeah, sorry.
So that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to do that. The other montage, I didn't even expect it to exist. I'm gonna be real with y'all. With Thomas and the Sodor's Legends of Lost Treasure music. I honestly, that was very last minute into production, and I was like, you know what? Last montage would be perfect here. So I did that montage, and now it's my favorite part of the episode, next to the Diesel montage. If you can't tell, I'm very good at recording B-roll. So I got to do that, and that was a lot of fun. After that, I think the last couple parts of production I want to talk about is just burnout and also filming stuff. So I'll talk about filming stuff first. Filming took place every month. I think I finished filming January for sure. I had pretty much wrapped up the filming in December, where I'd gotten to the last scene. And January I just kind of spent going through and cropping footage and then filming the post-credit scene, which was a lot of fun. I started in October, obviously, and Wild actually did his Sir Topham Hatt voice lines and his Thomas voice lines. He only did the voice lines for the most part for the first 2 scenes, so that I could actually start doing the intro, which, again, another dope thing that someone did for this episode to exist. So that was really nice. Great. Wait a sec. And it was just really cool to get that done. It was completely finished in October, and then I don't think I did any filming until midway through like November. I don't remember how months work. October,
really
November.
quick.
Yeah, midway through November. I started
Ivit C12, please stop asking if you can be a character.
What he means to say is, no, you cannot voice Bill. I'm very sorry. Curb is both Bill and Ben. But if we find a voice for you, you can join the audition server.
Yeah.
So, last thing I'm going to talk about is burnout. I would not say I'm burned out from making STT episodes. I am burned out from working on Thomas and Diesel. I spent way too long making this one episode a thing. I am very proud of my work. This is my best work I've created ever. It was my favorite thing to get people together for. It was my favorite thing to write. It was my favorite thing to hang out and work on with my friends. It was my favorite thing to meet people over. I mean, I didn't think... Passing through pictures has always been kind of an idol of mine, so it was just really cool. It was really cool to have passing through pictures as Mavis. That was just neat to me. And then also to have all my friends have important voice roles, and also to just get everyone together for it. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I worked on it for way too long. The fact that it took almost half a year is really disappointing to me. I was really hoping to get it out by December, but when you really procrastinate on certain things and then have a bunch of stuff going at the same time while also trying to finish an episode of a show that you work on, you can really, really freak yourself up, and it's annoying. While I did this, I also did a couple other projects with some friends. I finished up some teasers for Wilfred for his website, which I really enjoyed making. I don't blame any burnout or any feeling or ill will towards trains on Wilfred, because it was a lot of fun to do those, and I enjoyed them immensely. And then I also just did I played on this Minecraft server a little bit, and but I did not really get to play any games with these people, and it's just video games. Yeah, they are just video games, but it was still sad to just not have a whole lot of free time. So I'm really glad that I got this thing finished. So my only thing to tell all of you, once you've hit the 3-month point on a project, really look at it and think about if you want to finish it or not.
Yeah. So, is that it?
That is all I'm going to say for right now, unless anyone in chat has questions about the production.
I want to keep sorry.
I just wanted to bring to light, because you guys did also have Golden.
There have been a couple of recasts.
Yeah, so the only other... I want to go over this briefly, and this is the only other recast I feel like we need to talk about, or at least just explain away. You know, all the other ones, I gotta be honest, I'm not comfortable going over. So,
yeah.
Gordon, we had to recast him 4 fucking times. So
yeah, we had to recast Gordon with almost every time he appeared. I think he'd go 1 or 2 episodes and his voice actor would shift.
So
while it can.
Yeah, in Gordon Goes Foreign, Gordon was voiced by who was also James's voice actor, Valesbridge Productions. You should totally go check out what Valesbridge has to offer. He started his own series. It is called Smelteroon, and it is really cool.
It's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
And yeah, so he was also the voice of Gordon, and he knocked it out of the park. But there was a time when we got to Gordon's next major appearance, which was Tenders for Henry, where he was sick, and he could only record the one James line that James had in that episode. So, who else did we get but Ron Brazy from, Big Engine Brawl. Ron Brazy.
If you're into
Ron Brazy was great.
Friday Night Funkin', then one of the most popular Thomas the Tank Engine Friday Night Funkin' mods is Big Engine Brawl. And Ron Brazy kind of became a micro celebrity off of Big Engine Brawl.
Right.
He did.
So, Ron Brazy is a total sweetheart. I loved working with him. He only voiced in 2 projects. He voiced Gordon in Tenders for Henry and Day Out to Remember. And then, when we were trying to get voice lines for him in Down the Mine, I'm pretty sure. Down the Mine and Murdoch's Whistle.
Murdoch's Whistle, yeah.
But Ron, I don't really know exactly what was going on. My best bet is because he is a senior in high school. My best guess was that he was just incredibly busy. So he just could not record the lines for Gordon. So we had to have a backup voice get casted, and that was Thomas Fan 2007, aka Luke. And this is no offense to Luke. This is just something I think Curb started calling him. Started calling him.
I think I have the answer.
We started calling Luke's voice for Gordon like Dollar Store Ron Brazy.
I'm gonna go eat dinner. I'll be back.
All right. We started calling that Dollar Store Ron Brazy because of just it's shockingly accurate to Ron Brazy's voice without, you know, it being Ron voicing the character. So yeah, Luke had to voice Gordon in those two instances. So then after that, I went up to Braun and it was like, "Hey, would you be okay with us recasting you, because clearly, you know, you just don't have the time anymore?" And he was like, "Yeah, I think that's for the best." You know, I said I thank you. I said our thank yous and all that, and Ron is no longer the voice of Gordon. Thankfully, I already had someone else lined up just in case he did say, "Yeah, I'm not Gordon anymore." He is not here right now, but one of the writers, Caspian Jupiter, is now the voice of Gordon. Whenever STT,
the goat mentioned.
Whenever
Sorry.
Gordon appears again, I think you guys are really gonna like what Caspian has to bring to the table.
You guys have actually
you guys
already
will.
put Caspian in an episode in the
Oh my-
Halloween special last year. He voiced Salty, and he's also the voice of Salty.
Oh my god,
So-
fucking Luke just DM'd me saying, "Yes, I'm Dollar Store Ron Brazy Lamau."
I can also confirm as the voice of Percy, you all are gonna love Caspian's Gordon. I've heard it plenty of times, and you are gonna love it.
Yeah.
Caspian has taken up all of Ron's original roles, so that would be Diesel 10, Scotsman, and Gordon.
So, moving on from recasts, something I want to talk about is I just kind of want to talk about my experience just voicing Thomas for Thomas and Diesel, and just kind of in general, and just what that's kind of turned the character into. So, way back in the pilot, even, I've always imagined Thomas as this arrogant little prick. You know, like I love asshole Thomas, and we kind of took that to the extreme, and that's why I wanted to write most of Thomas's dialogue in Thomas and Diesel, and I'm really glad Jack gave me that opportunity, because, you know, Thomas and Diesel is Thomas finally learning to not be an ass. So to kind of better elaborate, Thomas was not always a jerk. Right? He was a cheeky prick, yes, but he wasn't an asshole to everybody around him. I like to think that in Thomas's early years, you know, Thomas used to be a complete sweetheart to the ones who, you know, he really cared about. But then after he got his branch line, I'm going to use a Star Wars quote here, he became the one thing he swore to destroy. He started acting like a big engine. You know, all of that fame and like, you know, then the books making him famous did not help. Thomas just thought he was everything, you know. That's kind of where the lash out at Annie and Clarabelle came from. It's just like, I'm the most famous engine in the world. If it wasn't for me, you two wouldn't matter, right? But then Annie and Clarabelle clap back with, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't matter either. Two-way street, motherfucker. So, you know, that kind of gets Thomas to realize, like, oh shit. So, this is not the last you've seen of Jerk Thomas. Because of STT being a non-linear series where we kind of just jump around to different points in the timeline, you know, you're going to see Jerk Thomas again. But 2005, which is when Thomas and Diesel takes place, that's when Thomas learns to not be a jerk again, and old Thomas from the 20s comes back. So getting into voicing Thomas, you know, we kind of talked about it. Voicing Thomas was such a fucking, like, from the technical aspect, it was a pain in the ass. Because I had to re-record so many freaking voice lines. But actually getting to do it was the time of my life. You know?
Yeah.
I loved getting to make Thomas yell and scream and be mad. I just loved, like, a lot of all the screaming lines I was standing up for, and I was method acting a lot of it. Like the main Thomas crash out with him yelling at Annie and Clarabelle, like my heart was genuinely racing, you know. What just broke? That was my chest plate. What is it? I'm sorry, I'm struggling to find the words. It's just, Thomas is just one of those characters where he's just like, he's so full of life, you know? It's just like, you kind of have to match that vibe.
He's fun to record.
Right.
I guess, if you want to put it that way.
Yes. Also, hello, Caleb.
Hi.
Oh god, no, this is gonna be way more confusing when you think about it.
Yeah, just Thomas was just an absolute joy to record. I kind of, not gonna lie, I kind of wish during certain scenes, me and Digi recorded the Thomas and Diesel lines in a VC while with our own Audacities recording our respective lines. Like, to kind of get that extra amount of synergy.
Yeah, I could tell you had fun voicing Thomas.
Yeah. Digi, do you want to talk about what it was like voicing Diesel?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I wasn't in the room for a little bit. I had to do something in the house.
Nah, bro, it's fine. Adulting is adulting.
Yeah. So you want me to talk about Diesel?
Yeah, just like, what was it like being the voice of Devious Damien Diesel, the Diesel train?
Jack specifically told me during production that it wasn't the Diesel voice that he wanted, but it was the Diesel voice that he needed. So I won't lie, my Diesel voice was based on Virgil from Devil May Cry. That's why it's nasally. Fucking, I'm sorry, my brain's blanking. I wasn't ready to talk about voice acting stuff. I had a lot of fun voicing Diesel. I put a lot of effort into my performance. Or at least I tried. Some of the lines I had to go back and redo because I had to go back and redo them because Jack had changed something in the script and it was really hard to maintain the voice. But it was still fun. I put a lot of my own emotion into his depressive bits. Yes, Damien's his actual name.
Yeah, Damien was a headcanon name I had for Diesel for a long time, and that just kind of ended up sticking for STT.
His full name is Damien Salvatore.
Yeah.
Salvatore. Credit to anyone who gets where the last name is a reference to.
Salvatore?
Yeah.
Is Damien his actual name, or did his old controller not care enough to get it right? No, okay, I'm assuming you mean when Diesel was on the battlefield line. No, his controller said it right the first time. Diesel just was being espresso depresso and told him to call him Diesel. He said Damien the first time. It's like
Diesel said that to not depersonalize. Yeah, is it depersonalize or disassociate himself? I think.
Just to kind of put himself down for no reason other than to
do
so. Just like, thank you, Damien. No, just call me Diesel. Okay.
Like, Diesel's whole character arc in Thomas and Diesel is his repentance for what he did. To quote the Troublesome Truck, for smashing up the Tidmouth Boys in the 60s.
Yeah. I'm struggling to think of what to talk about here. Do you have anything more to say about Diesel?
Not really. I was gonna propose a question to the chat later, but I'll save it till later.
Could I say something about the episode?
What's up?
So, with my experience with the episode, I didn't really have much involvement with it. I was simply the voice of Toby for most of it. And even then, I was kind of struggling, but for the most part, a lot of what I did in terms of the episode was more just, well, it wasn't just me, it was myself, Wild, and the others. We would just kind of sit in the chats with Jack while he made the episode, filmed, edited, and all that stuff. And a lot of it, I feel like, even though I didn't really do too much in terms of actually make stuff for the episode or actually record anything, I still feel like I did a pretty good job pepping up Jack and helping him out when he was feeling low. I think that's something that we all should be a bit proud of, just making sure that, hey, we just keep on going.
I'm
just gotta.
I'm proud that we got this episode out at all. Like, even if I wasn't the one directing it, I'm proud to have been involved with it. And even though Jack's not here, I hope he's watching the stream right now on his phone or something.
I do not know where I am. I am lost.
So CTE06 asked, "Bruh, who's the dude with the paper-drawn smokebox door tank engine? You talking about Owen? Like the purple one?"
No, I'm CTTE06 in the chat.
He's jokingly saying, bro, who is this man with the profile picture with Smokebox door?
Oh, he's making a joke about
He's
his own profile.
He's making a joke about himself.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck was that? What are the new dog sounds, bro? Even when Thomas is letting all of his fame get to his head, was he nice to select engines? For example, Gordon and Tenders for Henry. What about Edward? Did he treated them? Okay, so yeah, that's kind of a good transition. Yeah, I think for we can like intermittently change between Q&A and just talking. So we're gonna go Q&A section here. So just ask all the questions you want, but give us time to answer them, please. So Thomas, yeah, no, I like to think the more famous he got, the worse his attitude became. So in the 40s and 50s, when, the Railway series was just popular, and Thomas was popular, he was a bit uppity, a bit prudish, but, like, otherwise he was fine, Like, that's all Thomas. So, yeah, him being charitable with Gordon makes sense, in Tenders for Henry. One of my favorite scenes to write, by the way. Because Tenders for Henry also takes place after Down the Mine. So I'm still so glad we got to adapt Down the Mine so that a connection in Tenders for Henry makes more sense. And then with Edward, yeah, no, Thomas just really can't disrespect Edward. If Edward was, like, in the place of Toby in Thomas and Diesel, all the dialogue still would have made sense. I'm not saying, like, Toby was a mistake in the script or anything, because, Edward just wouldn't have made sense being there. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if Edward was in the place of Toby, dialogue would have went the same way. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just Edward is like, for lack of better terms, at least in STT, Edward is kind of like Thomas's dad.
That's a way to put it.
If you can think about Thomas's dynamic with his two, I guess, guardians, Timothy's his disgruntled older brother, and Edward is his, like, adopted dad.
Pretty much.
Basically, you can imagine their dynamic is that.
Okay.
Question: is there more lore to spotlight with Edward? Abso-fucking-lutely. Honestly,
Yes, there is a lot of stuff we have planned for Edward. Hopefully,
we have plans for Edward. I will tell you guys, we can get a bit spoilery, but don't, like, tell them about, like major plot arcs or anything. Just tell them, like, just interesting lore facts that we're okay with just telling them about.
are you okay if I share something?
Can you give me a sec? Because I'm still on the Edward thing.
Well, it's a correlation to the Edward thing, but yeah.
Okay, so Is there more lore spotlight with Edward? Yeah. So I don't know if it's just because I just thought of this, or because this was something I'd thought about before. But something I would love to do at some point is show, like, what was Edward's life like when he was still an Express Engine, you know? I want to see something like that at some point. What were you going to say, Digi?
I was gonna bring up that behind the scenes, what is it? I am working on a sequel to a certain episode, and Edward is in it, and I really hope people like him in that because he's a major character in it.
Hey Caleb, you're in this. Considering you're on stream, you can ask the questions verbally if you have any.
I really don't want to interrupt.
That's fair. So, are there any new, just essentially, are there new characters planned to appear in a season 2 whenever we get to it? Abso-fucking-lutely.
We have got a buttload of them.
We have an army of new characters ready to show up.
Like season 2 Transformers, they're just gonna appear out of nowhere, and you just have to deal with them existing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Some of them do have introductory episodes, but like, I don't know how many of them will be glorified. Oh, hey, look, here's this traction engine. No, yeah, he's been here for years.
Right. A lot of characters are technically not new. We just haven't seen them yet. You know, like case in point, Molly was in the background of Murdoch's Whistle. Molly will be in STT eventually, maybe.
She did appear in Murdoch's. Yeah, you already said it. She did appear in Murdoch's Whistle as a background cameo.
So, Ivit C12 also asked, are we gonna get flashbacks to, like, you're gonna have to ask, what do you mean by that? I don't understand this question. So then, lore question, when was Percy built? Also, what prompted you to take such a different direction with Percy's voice compared to most? Alright, answering the first half of that, I don't know. I honestly like the idea of it just being a mystery that Percy just kind of existed one day.
This Row Series lore book.
I don't even think we have a build
Kinda
date.
doesn't make any
This is
sense.
a rival.
Like, we might, like, if... Sorry, Wilfred.
The best way to put it is, Percy knows somewhat when he was built. He just doesn't find it particularly interesting.
Just like, I was born. When? It's like, wait, Tinmouth Works isn't here anymore. We can't do it back and forth. Fuck!
Oops.
It's like, Percy, when were you built? The last decade. I know that! When? Wait, you mean century, right? Yeah, last century. Yeah, when? Last century. I don't know.
That's Thomas. I really cannot tell you really. Maybe I think 1905. I honestly
You're
cannot
not
remember
that
anything,
old.
Thomas. Oh really? How old do you think I am?
Mentally, like 2.
2? Right. All right. Talk to me when you actually have some self-confidence, Grandpa.
What? What?
Okay. Thomas, I am closer in age to Toby than I am to you.
Dude, we gotta have, like, at some point in the future, we have to have Percy say that to Thomas. Like, okay, Grandpa. And Thomas is just hung up on that for the rest of his day. It's like,
Credit to me for literally saying that out of the blue.
I'm not old. I'm not old.
Yes, you are,
Okay,
Thomas.
Grandpa.
You're old. You were built in 1915. You're over a century old.
It's Damien. Damien, please. Damien.
Nope, you're old. You're definitely old. You're Grandpa.
See, even Damien agrees.
I want there to be a moment.
Poor Thomas.
I'd like there to be a moment in an episode I'm not sure if it would take place before or after the Diesel stuff, but I want there to be a moment where Thomas is teasing Toby for his age, and then Percy just kind of has not a crash out, but just a moment of, Thomas, I'm older than the both of you, and you two are only 2 years apart from each other. Toby was built in 1914. He was built a year before you. You two are closer in age to each other than you are to me.
What?
And I was in the early 1900s.
I thought you said you didn't know when you were built!
Well, maybe I lied then.
I can't remember when I was built, but I know the century.
Percy has 2 different voices in his head.
Percy is a fucking hive mind.
We are
That's
Percy,
funny.
the Legion.
Alright,
Wait,
Percy Legion. So, the second half of this question is... Percy just straight up Luke just said, Percy just spawned. Yeah, Percy just existed. So
He just spawned out of nowhere.
to answer
Percy summoned into the server.
To answer the back half of your question, what prompted us to take such a different direction with Percy's voice? Honestly, it was literally just because if you watch Engines of the Future, Well-Tank Records series, you know, Well-Tank voiced Percy, I should say. That's just the voice he does for Percy, and I liked it. Like, I'm sorry if this isn't as deep of an answer as you were expecting. It's literally just because I like the sound of it. That is literally it. And everyone else's
Literally, that's...
things are not lighting up.
Sorry. That's literally me, too, when I'm, like, trying to find voices for, like, a series, let's say. Like, I like Eddie Glenn, I like Nigel Pilkington, I like Rob Rackstraw, etc.
A lot of choices just do kind of come down to personal preference, but do feel free to ask anyway. So, we're still open to questions. Still.
Yeah, if you guys have any more questions, just lay them on us.
I am not sure if I'm in the right server or not.
Yes, you are. We're just out of town.
Okay, I finally made my bed. Good lord.
Are the engine's birthdays celebrated? Are they even called birthdays? Or are they build days? Or something else entirely? That is
We
very much a wild
have never considered that. Oh my god.
Oh, that's a good question. Oh my god.
Dude, we have never once considered that.
I'd like to imagine that. I think the term build and birthday is like an interchangeable thing.
Right.
And as for what the birthday, I don't think they would have a cake, or if they did, they would probably do the tradition of chucking the cake into the firebox. I think what would happen is, on their birthday, they kind of just get the day off. They're not sat in the shed. They're like able to move and do whatever they want. Heck, on their birthday, they could probably do something they've never done before. Maybe a hunter could pull a passenger train for once, or heck, maybe Henry likes to just sit in the forest on his birthday, or Murdoch likewise goes to the countryside and just chills out. I think birthdays for engines are just like the one day a year they can just do whatever they want, no strings attached, or just, they don't owe any other engines a favor or something. It's just their day. They get to have a day to themselves, or with friends. They just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
No, wait. Wait, y'all know like the channel Sammy Clark, right? And has a series called the SC Shorts, right?
Yeah, I remember SC Shorts.
There's like this one episode focused on Thomas's birthday, and it's called Roasting Thomas, and oh mighty god, that thing was hilarious. Now imagine something like that happening in STT.
Like, it's during, like, when Thomas is still being a dick in, like, the 70s or something. It's just like, man, Thomas is so old, he could be Edward's dad. Like, that doesn't even make sense! That doesn't even make sense!
Are the Dark Autumn Bar player recruiters?
What, Wilfred?
You know, when I first bought Thomas to work on my railway back all the way in 1915, You know, I thought it was a cheeky little prat at first. I mean, I was just seeing him. Oh mighty God! I should have taken him back and brought his brother instead. At least then we had some peace and quiet around here.
Oh my, I'm missing my chest plate. No wonder I'm taking so much more damage than normal. I'm just gonna stand in the house. So
No DM.
question. We keep the if you, like. We've got all the time in the world right now. Keep the questions coming, man. But yeah, no, everybody else kind of answered the question for me with the birthday. Thank you guys. Y'all came in fucking clutch.
May I ask you guys a question about STP?
What?
What was the episode that we have so far that you feel like it could have used a little bit more time in the oven?
Pennies and paint jobs. Easy.
Fuck. If there's honest, oh man, yeah.
I got one. If I can go. To me, the one that should have been in the oven. It's not an STT episode, but it's an episode that we all did together. Is Big Little Brother. To me, it's fine as it is, but to me, it could have done a little bit more with a bit of more runtime. But that's just me.
That was just the length of the script. Sure. But yeah, Big Little, like, I appreciate the input, George. That is not STT.
That voice.
So I gotta be. Digi nailed it on the head. The Digi nailed it on the head. That's probably the one I kind of have to agree with.
I won't go into too much detail about what happened with that episode, but let's just say I got cold feet about one of the main character in it, and I compromised the script. It was very, very bad.
Who was our favorite character? Caleb asked, who was our favorite character to write for this entire season? Really?
James.
Oh.
I had a lot of fun writing James.
Any appearances?
James appeared consistently throughout the season. Like, he didn't like do much, but James has spoken regularly. So yeah, I can see that because like we just kind of like using James as the punching bag. James is just an asshole.
Yeah, he's fun. He's fun to write conflicts for, especially when, and it's kind of a joke behind the scenes with how often I did it. He got paired up with Duck a lot.
Yeah, just like in pettiness and paint jobs, like Duck was countering every rude thing he said. Fucking in Murdoch's whistle, again, like Duck just shut him down, told him to stop being a fucking cocksucker. Like, James, you're being a bitch. Stop it.
The funnest episode I like, the episode I had the most fun writing for James was Tooth and Claw, the Halloween special, because I got to make Vale do that like hilarious girl scream voice.
Yeah.
I got. Wait, did I say Vale or Derailed?
You said Vale.
Yeah.
Ah, you dick! That was you that time.
You dick! That was you that time.
That was probably James's funniest line delivery in the whole show. At least as of right now.
That and the "fuck you say to me, you little shit" is probably my like 2 favorite lines from James.
Yeah. Frickin', what are the trucks like? Are they misunderstood or are they sociopaths?
Sociopaths, I'm calling it.
If you ask me, it depends on the truck. But in general, definitely sociopaths.
They are little shits. I don't think we have a single episode where they speak and they're not causing fucking problems.
Well, I mean, except for the truck. aside from the truck in Down the Mine.
Yeah, that poor bastard was a victim. He got down the mind.
That started it all.
I'm just now realizing the only iconic Thomas phrase we've ever used in the series was "cinders and ashes" when Thomas fell into the mine. That's writing restraint for you.
I think Gordon only says "oh the indignity" like once.
I don't know if he says it at all.
No, he says it in Down the Mine. I would know. I wrote the script for it.
But yeah, I do think there's like, I feel like it's like the sociopath, like, nasty trucks are just such a big majority of railway rolling stock, at least on Sodor, that like the ones that are actually decent, just no one brings attention to. The trucks are overgeneralized on Sodor.
Goodness, it's a woolly cow! Cow!
Moo.
Moo.
I was the only one who answered the CT EO. I'm sorry,
That's Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb's question, because you didn't give your what was your favorite character wild to write?
I'm gonna try and avoid saying Thomas, but I think Thomas is probably my answer.
Okay.
Just
if this is
it's like
version of the town.
It's kind of just like what I went over a minute ago. It's just Thomas was so fun to write his essentially a god complex.
It's just his dialogue that makes everything funny.
Thomas is hands down one of the most comedic engines in the show. Like right up there.
Thomas and James were the funniest ones to write.
Because with Thomas, we can just have him say some Gen Z shit in 1920 and it's funny.
Yeah.
Like canonically, like Digi was getting on me for like writing this in in Punk Tactics, the short where Henry arrives, right? That oh shoot, server got timed out. I think because Jack, maybe, I don't know. We'll just have to have that closed for right now. But in Punk Tactics, you know, we have Thomas say like "coinky dink" and shit like that, even though it's like 1915 or whatever, and like 1919. And my canonical STT answer to that is Thomas.
He's all knowing.
Thomas invented those phrases. Does that make sense in real life? No, absolutely not. But guess what? It's my series. Fuck you.
It could technically.
It's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to be fun.
He might not have been the first one to officially create them, but he was the first one to probably use those words. He probably just made them up on the spot to be funny.
Probably. That's Jack. Hold on. There's me. Where's the group? That's not the group.
I have no idea what these are, but those look nice. Oh, those are those.
That's Hazbin Hotel.
I quickly want to propose a question to both of the chat and to the rest of the team. What was your favorite episode from season 1?
Fuck.
Like, including shorts, specials, all that crap. Like, what was your favorite thing from season 1?
I probably need to rewatch all the episodes. Right now, it's Thomas and Diesel.
Hello, Gordon.
Oh, hey, Derailed. Welcome the director of Thomas and Diesel to the chat, guys.
Wait, he's already here, though.
Wait, no, fuck, I meant, I'm thinking...
Derailed directed Down the Mine.
Down the Mine, I'm sorry, my mind is all over the place right now, I'm sorry, guys.
What a great change so far, guys.
Honestly, to answer this question, Tooth and Claw and A Day Out to Remember was low-key peak.
Ain't no way. Did you get fucked? Your opinion on that episode is wrong now.
What are you gonna do, huh? Yeah.
PNGs
I think
are
my
working
answer is
again.
pretty. I think my answer for my favorite thing is pretty generic because it's shared by a lot of the team. Either Thomas and Diesel or Cutter's Torch. Kind of in between which one I like more.
My personal favorite is probably, honestly, like, as much as I love Cutter's Torch, obviously, for that personal connection because of my dog's, because of, my dog Jack dying, and that being the reason it was written. Honestly, I think crying over spilled milk is my favorite. Cause, like, it's so funny. It is the funniest thing I've ever written for this show. Tenders for Henry, Down the Mine, Thomas and Diesel, and Day Out to Remember favorites of mine. What are our least favorite episodes?
Are we all gonna say the same
Let me look at the episode count real quick. Hold on.
I feel like we're all gonna say the same thing because I'm gonna say pettiness and paint jobs.
I'm
not.
Fuck, man. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, neither do I.
It's just like, I love all of them equally. A lot of them have their problems, but these are, most of them anyway, they're my babies. These are my children.
Probably try to look out.
Really?
If I had to, well, mainly because it has the least substance out of any of them.
I mean, it is a snippet. That's kind of the point, but I hear you.
New engine's also a snippet counterpoint, but like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
I think.
And I use least favorite not like badly. I think all these episodes are pretty alright.
I honestly like, when I say least favorite, I mean this in a positive, like, this is just like the worst thing, not that worst equals bad. But
it's like the weakest one.
Pretty much.
I don't want to say Tenders for Henry. I really don't, so I'm not going to, because I actually like Tenders for Henry. Fuck, that's such a hard question, because I love my Blorbo show. I love my Blorbo show.
I think the main.
That's why it's such a good question.
Somebody's gonna. I understand somebody's gonna immediately say, like, someone's gonna counterpoint on this, but like, at least in my opinion, I think like all the main show stuff is like top tier.
I can agree with that. Fuck.
That is not me saying that like the memes, the parodies, any of that stuff is bad.
I don't think there's a bad main episode of STT.
Yeah, like I
Like-
genuinely think like if there was one, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, if there's anyone that would be considered weaker than the others, I'd have to say Tenders for Henry, but, like, other than that, they're all 7 episodes are pretty good.
Okay, when I say this, I'm not saying this in any offense to you, Derailed. If I had to pick a, quote, weakest one, it might be Down the Mine. And I'm saying that because of its length not being what we wanted. That's not any offense to you, Derailed. That is a fault of our writing.
That's actually on me, because I was the one who wrote Down the Mine and didn't add enough to the script, so that's why it ended up being really short.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Like, but it...
Who will canonically die in this show? Sorry to cut you off, Waz, but I want to answer this so badly.
Who has/will canonically die in the show?
Oh.
I don't know. Okay.
James.
You know what? I will share this one kind of major spoilery thing, because I have no idea if we're going to make any content about it. Billy. This has been a meme internally within us for so long. I'm going to tell you guys about this. So we made a joke about, I think, Billy was one of the Wellsworth and Sudbury engines canonically, right? He was number 6. And Billy was an annoying piece of shit. He was mean. He was a nasty asshole, right? He didn't even follow the Wellsworth and Sudbury livery code, which was either red or blue. That's how much of an asshole he was. And when the railways merged, he pissed off the wrong engine, quote, and he's dead now. They discovered his body in, I think it was 2015, according to the Writer's Bible, but it hasn't been moved. Just kind of out of respect, because even though he was an asshole, that's still a fucking corpse. Canonically, do we reveal who killed him?
It depends on if we're ever going to make anything in relation to it.
I don't see us ever doing that. And even then, I mean, we have 8 viewers, but, you know, I don't know if anybody's really... I'll share it. And if people do want to go back and get this information, they can. It was Thomas.
I would not blame him.
Because...
I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought it was one of the lone goobers for 2 seconds.
98462. So we did start writing. Me and Jack started writing a script for this, and 98462 was trying to kind of convince Thomas that Billy, you know, he was a nuisance. We should do something about him.
We need to stand up to this small guy. Those big engines.
Pretty much, and
I'm like small too. What do you mean?
yeah, and Thomas just, you know, was just not having any of that because Thomas is a decent fucking person. So, I want to be clear when I say this. Thomas did not do it on purpose. What happened was that Thomas took Billy to a abandoned yard. I'm imagining it's like an old Knapford and Ellsbridge light railway yard or something that just ended up going unused. And Thomas tried talking to him in private first, you know, just using words, not as buffers. Billy, being Billy in this universe, being a stubborn prick, wasn't listening. Billy threw the first hit because Thomas is trying to control who he is in his mind. So they got into a fight. And Thomas accidentally shoves him into like a ditch or something, you know? Like he shoves him hard enough into something that accidentally killed Billy. Now, the reason all of this drama started in the first place was because Billy was shunting... This was before Thomas got his branch line, obviously, but Billy was shunting Annie and Clarabelle. And he was biffing them and shit, you know? Not being nice. Yeah, no, so, yeah, that's another thing, another character. I don't think we're ever gonna go in detail about this ever. But in the Wilderness's Christmas message, which does have canon stuff shown in it to STT, 87546, sometime after returning to his home railway with 98462, he got into an accident that killed him. Or Lawrence, as you might be better known. Oh, we can't go into that one because that's a huge spoiler for a thing we have planned.
Wait, hold on, wait. Was this something you thought of or something that was in chat?
No, it was we're talking about the character deaths, and I remembered one that we can't get into.
Yeah. I think I know which one you're on about. Yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to say right now, in Thomas and the Breakdown Train, James says a loop-de-loop and dies.
It's like the one. It's like the one video of, like, the Magic Railroad chase, but it's Diesel instead of Diesel 10, and Edward crashes into the shed and goes flying into the air.
Actually, correction. Edward gets out of the way, and then Edward goes to the worst accident he's ever had, and then that's how he gets into his new Railway Series un-K2'd form.
That's insane.
He goes through the actual magic buffers, not the fake ones that Lady and Thomas went through.
That's crazy.
And then he just and he turns into a WoW in the Western model. End of story.
Wow.
Thank you. I should get an Emmy for this one.
New lore unlocked.
But
Lore moment.
this is just my kind of like what I interpreted the scene as, but in Thomas and Diesel, when Diesel rammed into the trucks, I like to think at least one or two of them were killed. You know, I don't know if that's canon. That is really up to Jack, and I think me and him have talked about that before. But most of the trucks were fine. You know, obviously you could see most of their faces, and a decent chunk of the ones he did bash were faceless.
I'd like to we were joking a while earlier that the van that Thomas was pulling away with the breakdown train was the only survivor.
I forgot about that.
Oh, look. Henry spooked.
Oh, look. Henry spooked.
Just dies.
Henry spooked.
I understand. I want to tell Jack when he comes back, but like, I love it. I love it in the scene when like Diesel gets really angry and he like starts to just like fly at full force. I love how it's at an angle.
Yeah, that's I don't remember if that was done in. I think that was done in post.
I want to think, because I don't think you can do...
I don't remember if Jack had invisible tracks set up for the flying cam. I don't think he did, but I'm not going to speak for him, obviously, because this is his episode. But either way, however he achieved it, it was really good. I love that. I liked adding the extra sound to the scene. So, you know, the standard TV series motor sound can be heard when he surges forward. But in my mind, when I was going through and doing the last minute sound design for Jack, that kind of felt naked without anything else. So that extra like Diesel like engine roar you can hear when Diesel surges forward, that is a custom sound that I recorded of an American Diesel consist passing by me by my house. Because I live right next to a railroad line. And I think it makes the scene feel a bit, quote-unquote, scarier as a result. Because it's just suddenly it's this loud Diesel noise, you know? I know an 08 shunter would never make that noise. But again, it's a video. It's not that deep. Okay, here's an interesting question. Who was worse, 87546 or 98462? I'm gonna go right out and say it was 98462.
Yeah, I was literally about to say the same thing.
Like, 87546 is... Okay, so Clarence, that is 98462 in STT, and Lawrence is 87546. Lawrence, I like to imagine, he's just some kind of wannabe. Like, he's some wannabe teenager who just kind of gets roped into the wrong crowd, which with 98462 and the other loaned engines. You know, there really is not a bad... It's kind of like Zip and Zug from Tugs. You know, there's not a bad bone in their body. They're just on the wrong side. You feel me?
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying.
Like, they mean well, they're just, like, on the wrong, like side.
They're on the wrong team. And unfortunately, that did lead to 87546 getting sent away and, you know, being killed back on the LNER.
And way to spoil the ending. How dare you?
We're probably never going to show it. That's why I'm being open about it.
I'm making a joke.
Baby.
Sorry,
I go get this secret water.
I mean, we can make a short about it or something.
Maybe. Keyword here, maybe. Also, hello, Nathan.
Hello.
Diesel 10 jumps up and down as he kills him.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to keep the questions coming in, but I do want to take a quick second to talk about making Murdoch's whistle, specifically trying to get lines from Nathan. Nathan, this is a funny story. So, Nathan voiced both protagonists in that episode. He voiced Boko and he voiced Murdoch. I had to do like several scenes had to be done at different times. Like the episode was filmed out of order because of, you know, Nathan having to do Boko's lines first and then Murdoch, because Murdoch yells in that episode. I'll let you go into detail about this. I'm not going to speak for you.
Okay, so I originally did Boko. Believe it or not, I almost forgot how I voiced him, so I had to go back. I think it was in the audition chat and see how I voiced him, so I could memorize that, and then did the lines there. Funny enough, I did both of my voices in a closet to make sure that whenever I did Murdoch stuff, I didn't have to. My parents didn't have to hear it, even though my parents weren't even there, just in case. So I did Boko, and then afterwards I did Murdoch, and then Wild. I'm pretty sure you should know this, but I did 3 takes of everything, just in case you wanted a specific take that I was not entirely sure of.
Yeah.
And so when I got to Murdoch, I was like legit kind of nervous because like I don't usually yell. I think I yelled like once for an old project that Wild probably remembers, but probably doesn't. But beside that, I'm not usually one to yell during voice acting. So I did 3 takes of Murdoch yelling, and that hurt my throat.
Yeah, dude, I know how it feels, because, you know, yelling as Thomas and all the things Thomas has yelled in currently, that took a lot out of me. Like, I was out of... Like, when I did the first takes of Thomas yelling at Annie and Clarabelle, I was out of breath, because I did it, like, 3 separate times.
Thanks, chat. So, how we feel about Thomas and the D?
You are so late, you two cool. Hello. Hello, everybody. This is, SSM.
Okay, to be fair, I didn't know we were watching it all in chat. I was just watching it on my own because I didn't know we were doing that.
Yeah, so this is this is U2 Cool.
Yeah.
U2 Cool is a SSM artist.
Bless you.
Hey.
We're doing a Q&A and just kind of telling stories about the production of the show right now. So this is not a STT related question. This is for people who have seen Tugs. Speaking of Tugs, what are your thoughts on Zach as a character?
Zach?
Zach, the Zed stack, yeah.
Didn't they say in that one like promotional packet that it was like well no, I don't know if it's a promotional packet. I mean,
that's the one that usually partners with Zebedee, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but I think they said
Zach's the one with the lips.
To take over like the fleet or whatever. I don't remember.
Yeah, Zach is like if you ask me, is just one of those characters I don't think about because he just did so little. You know, like Zoran. Everybody loves Zoran. I love Zoran.
Everyone knows who Zoran
Everyone knows who Zoran is. But then Zip and Zug, you can remember them because they're morons. And they're really funny. Zebedee's
the one with the character arc.
Zebedee's the one that had a character arc in High Winds. And then Zach...
Oh wait, I remember. Zach is the one that constantly broke down.
Yeah, Zach was the only defining character trait about him was that Zach had a faulty engine. And they did try to push Zach like being Zoran's right hand because Zach was the only one that was really on the same page as him. But like they didn't really do that very well because Zach barely appeared.
He's like that one.
I was gonna say I think he's all right. I just kind of wish he actually did stuff. I've seen some good fan stories with him.
Part of the issue with Zach in Tugs is that most likely they did have more for him. But the issue was the show ended too soon. Zach's whole character is that he's trying to put on the tough guy persona. He's trying to act like a gangster, but his faulty engine sort of plays into that.
Blow him up with your words, dummy.
Did anybody?
What?
So what we're basically saying is Zach is Tony Soprano.
Can I real quick say a point actually about this?
What's up?
So I looked at his page on the Tugs wiki, and I noticed he has the lead
Yeah,
scene thing
just
in like
looking at
3
it.
episodes.
Yeah, that's kind of sad, but also like he's not that important of a character compared to
Yeah,
like
I know, but it's like
everyone
bro
else.
is
But,
bro,
like-
bro got like the salty treatment.
It's so weird because like Zach is like every single primary tug in both fleets are memorable in their own right. You know, everybody like, you know, like 10 Cents, he's the Thomas of the series essentially. Hercules is the weirdly straight gay.
I mean, to be fair, I don't really remember Big Mac all that much. He's just kind of the tough guy.
Big Mac is the Scottish strongman who's a bit skeptical and also kind of an asshole sometimes. Top Hat. Everyone knows who Top Hat is. I don't need to explain that.
Okay, now here's
I
my
like to think
question.
he's the freaking James of the series.
Yeah, he pretty
I
much
think
is.
Top Hat is responsible for everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Now here's my question. Out of all the Star Tugs, who do you think is the least memorable?
Warrior all the way.
I just said Big Mac because, like, Ghost is his only notable appearance, but, like, I don't know. It's just kind of generic, whereas everyone else has a bit of a spark in them, you know?
Okay, so this might be a dumb answer, but Grampus, because some people don't know he's actually a star member.
I'm actually.
To be fair, he was also a late Star member.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
To be fair, we only really see him pre-star member, so we don't really talk about him being a post-star member as much, because he's not really used much after episode 4.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Big Mac.
I'm gonna have
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna say Hercules because I actually know.
I was also thinking Hercules.
Well, he's
Let me check
forgettable
the
on
wiki
purpose. He's not supposed to be in the
episode
show that
he
much.
speaks in.
I'm gonna say Captain Star actually, because we don't know much about him.
Yeah, but he's also in like every episode, I think.
Yeah, but,
Yo,
but
everybody on the
actually,
Minecraft
know about
server
him?
lit.
Well, because the server timed out.
Oh, well, it's not timed out anymore. It started.
Alright, I'm not gonna put the stream on the Minecraft world anymore, because like I like this visual I have pulled up with just our PNGs and
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. I checked the wiki. Hercules is
Dude,
my
wait,
67th
am I in the
episode.
center?
Podcast, guys.
You're in frame, dude. So, I'm gonna move the conversation away from Tugs because everybody here is able to talk about it literally except Digi. Because Digi has not seen the show.
I've never seen Tugs. I know.
Let's
I
talk
know
about
it's War
something.
Prime,
Guys, let's
but
talk
I've
about JJ the Jet Plane, the show we've all watched.
How about, dude? We're moving this back to who? Is that Curb?
Yes, it is.
Let's roll this conversation. Let's get the questions coming back in again. Like anybody can ask a question, even someone in the VC right now.
Are we still streaming?
We're still streaming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. Hold on. What?
Hey, what's your guys' favorite cereal?
What, Derail?
Well, no, I'm trying to formulate a question, but I don't want to like exclude anyone in the question.
Think of something STT related everybody can answer, or at least most.
Yeah,
of
I know.
us
Yeah,
can.
no, that's what I mean. I was really gonna ask what's like. We've already asked favorite episode.
Here's a
hold
joke
on,
question.
Favorites and least favorites.
Have we asked about like favorite character yet?
Just personal favorite characters? We can do that.
Yeah, personal favorite characters. How about that?
I feel kind of bad that I've only watched. Sorry.
If I had to give you my answer, my personal favorite. Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to go with Gordon. Honestly, I loved writing.
I'm
for
actually
him.
really big on your take on Daisy.
Daisy is so fun because like Daisy is half inspired by Tynes' Daisy.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Chat, if I'm gonna be dead ass real quick, I still gotta watch the new episode.
Bro.
Well, we won't spoil. Well, we won't. We'll just have to avoid spoilers moving forward. Evidently.
I had a wrestling.
Moving forward.
I had a fucking wrestling tournament, bro. I was busy for like 3 hours.
To be fair, wrestling is pretty dope.
Yeah, it is.
This is truth.
I'm not good at it, but
What is
That's good.
What about the rest of the team? Who are your favorite characters?
Toby.
Honestly, my favorite character is the Percy Man, Duck and Donald. That's my
Dude.
favorite character.
I love Duck.
Dude, I was just about to say that Duck is my favorite character to write
Honestly,
for.
for
But my
me,
favorite
it would be
character.
Duck or Gordon.
My
I
favorite
want to
character
shout out.
to write for is
I
for
want to
sure
shout
Duck.
out the
My
Sodrian
favorite
Femboy
character-
just for having the greatest username ever created.
You didn't, Jack. You didn't get the reference, man. You didn't even get the joke.
I
I'm getting angry.
I didn't even get to answer.
yeah, let Jack finish, guys. Fuck.
Nah, bro. I really like writing for Doug because he's fun to write for. And then my favorite character of all time is Ultra Magnus. Shout out Autobots.
Yeah, if I could
Ultra-
describe at least how I see STT Duck, STT Duck is like on the negative end of what Thomas is before Thomas, his character arc in Thomas and Diesel. You know, he's kind of, Thomas and Duck kind of share the same worst qualities, but like Thomas is negative, Duck is positive, if that makes sense. You know?
Duck can make those negative attributes work, whereas Thomas just can't.
Pretty much. But they still would, they would still end up being like Duck's worst qualities. Like,
Yo,
Duck is shockingly arrogant for someone like him.
Alright.
Duck's also kind of a control freak. Is that a good way to describe Duck? Control freak? I feel like that would be, but I'm not sure.
Yo, I know this has nothing to do with the conversation, but I just want to shout out my boy Luke. You a real one.
Yeah. All right. We actually have another question.
Hold on, I didn't answer yet.
Sorry,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
think it's either chat. You should be nicer. You should let us go answer the question.
This might sound a little cliche, but it's Thomas.
Really?
Understandable.
I mean, yeah, I like Thomas too. He was really good, but I wanted to highlight Daisy since I didn't think anyone else would.
Thomas was such a fucking ass, and I love it.
I like making Thomas a jerk.
So the way that I wanted to write Thomas for Thomas and Diesel was, over time, he gets so arrogant and filled up in the fucking head, and this was him getting knocked down a peg, which was lots of fun to write for.
Hey, Luke is here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thomas is crashed with.
Sorry.
By the way, Blusher, I appreciate that.
All right, what's up?
Thomas's crash with Annie and Clarabelle and like Thomas and Diesel was basically like his karma for like being a jerk and whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something I wanted to say. I think this is something that most of the production team can all share, but I think we all love how I think Duck has nearly appeared in like every episode.
He's appeared in like a good 50%.
I love that while we were all watching the video when it was premiering.
He's in most of them.
I also
I'm pretty sure he's appeared in like almost every single one.
for anyone who saw that.
Okay. So, I don't know how you say that. Keteli Apollon 3617 asked another question. You're the GOAT. You're our #1 commenter right now.
Hooray!
Would you consider Billy, James, and Thomas idiots?
James is definitely an idiot.
Billy is an idiot. James is an idiot. Honestly,
Wait, when you say Billy, do you mean him?
Billy the silly Billy, the annoying one, yes. If
the orange engine.
But with Thomas,
objectively annoying.
Thomas, I think that when he's being an arrogant prick, he's a moron. You know, but like he used to, you know, he's always up his own ass. You know, he's not using his head. He's just going on impulse. I like to think, you know, even though he was younger and stuff, I like to think he was a lot smarter before he became an arrogant asshole.
Yeah, and he just fell off.
Did you say your meat just fell off?
Fell off.
Bro, what?
Get your head out of the gutter, bro.
I think we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to throw you off a bridge, dog.
Yeah, can we please?
Bro, why are you getting a transplant on stream?
Oh my god. No,
What?
can we not have these kinds of jokes on the stream, please and thank you?
Okay.
We are live after all.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Wait, are we on like YouTube right now?
Yes.
Hello,
Yeah.
So better not say a racial slur.
Hello, Susan. Would you just
Quick, someone say STT James's last name.
No.
No.
No. Please.
It's Lockhart, obviously. Look at him. He's such a Lockhart.
Hi, Susan.
Yeah.
Would you
Poor Susan.
please don't sue me for?
Plus, she isn't working at YouTube anymore, bro.
Oh.
Plus, she's dead.
Also, my funnel.
Okay,
No,
everyone, take 5. Chill. Take 5 seconds. Just calm down.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Why
5,
for
6, 7,
like
8, 9, 10.
Okay.
This is why we can't have nice things anymore.
People about to get thrown out of the freaking VC.
So.
Oh no.
Put the fries in the bag.
I think.
Catellia Polion. Oh, sorry, Wild. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, okay. Wait, no, yeah, did you go ahead?
Okay, Catellia Polion asks, favorite model in your series?
Okay. So this is going to be a tricky one for me to answer because I technically did not make any of them. Every model in STT, they are all reskins of pre-existing models. But if I had to choose
Well, evidently.
a favorite reskin, I gotta be honest, I'm not particularly proud of any of them. Like, that's just kind of my low confidence when it comes to my reskins cropping up. I love my reskins, don't get me wrong, but I can't really say any of them are that interesting visually. I guess I
Don't worry, Wild. I'll pick your favorite for you.
Oh, I see why.
It's season 1 Percy, obviously, with the sub mesh.
I
God,
hate season 1
don't-
Percy.
No. Wild's favorite was Pilot Thomas.
Oh my god.
Brendan Bay 3D Thomas.
Brendan Bay 3D Thomas. That's like dark.
Really stupid because I've only watched Thomas and the Diesel. I did not watch the other STTs. I meant to, I just didn't.
Just Sandy was interesting because, you know, I liked coming up with the color scheme. I liked translating a All Engines Go character to a realistic style.
Well, Kana's next, I guess.
Like,
fuck nah, eat a bag of dicks.
If we're introducing Kana, we are making her a fucking Shinkansen.
Oh, sorry.
If we're introducing Kana, I'm leaving the team.
So I want.
How come we're introducing Kana and not the actual greatest All
think
Engines
we
Go
got it.
characters, the fucking twins?
Because no, I feel like Kana can actually work if you like make her do it right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think when I think of the All Engines Go characters. They can work in the CGI and model series if done correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
So I want to go ahead and talk about some like behind the scenes things related to like scripting and shit like that. So we have had a plethora of canceled episodes.
Oh my god.
Boy. I can't wait to talk about mine.
Plethora, but like we have had a couple.
No, we have had
mainly at the beginning.
No.
Hey,
Okay.
name them. Name all of them.
We have had a plethora.
It's been a plethora.
So we're just going to talk about them like in really any order, but I want to start with the first one. The first oh shit. Okay, there's I don't want to talk about Mark Lenigen. The first ever, aside from Mark Lenigen, the first canceled STT episode was Percy's Ploy. The reason
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The reason I canceled that was because when me and Digi were going through writing, I was really struggling to tell the story in a show don't tell format that felt natural. But but Percy's Ploy has been considered for season 2. And that is really all not for season 2. It's being considered to be brought back for whenever we eventually get to Duck and the Diesel Engine. That is all I'm really gonna
Yeah.
say about that. I am a little disappointed by that. It probably would have been one of my favorite episodes if it did get made, but it's just writer's block was a bitch. So then right after that, season 1 did initially have an entire plan for the mainline episodes, but those episodes just didn't feel right to cover. So in the end credits of Gordon Goes Foreign, you can get hints of what these episodes were. The original episode lineup for season 1 was going to be Gordon Goes Foreign, Percy's Ploy, Murdoch's Whistle, Flying Kipper, Break Van. I think that's it. I think there was one more in there, but I can't remember. But
yeah,
I think it was that
Those
engine.
happened.
that engine was never an episode.
Chat, get hashtag Ajax rules rolling. I want to prove fucking Tim wrong.
Curb.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
Curb.
Curb, what are you talking about?
What?
Curb, literally not now,
Gang, what
please.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry. I just.
Hey, look, hey, dude, if you're off doing something else right now, you can always go and come back later.
Yeah.
But I wanna be with my friends.
Well, then you gotta choose a group of friends to be with, my friend. It makes us feel like it sounds like you're doing something else right now.
So
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna quickly diverge to answer this question. I was never expecting anybody in the planet to ask this. Hey,
Hobo R8X.
I have a question for one of your episodes. In that engine, you introduced Wilderness. Will a season 2 episode explain more about him? I want to know more about that Caledonian engine. Wilderness has a entire book planned. Wilderness is gonna cause in season change slightly, so there's still gonna be their standalone episodes, yes. Oh, Wilderness will get a arc to himself, and I will tell you, James is gonna be a major player in that eventually. This will get fleshed out eventually.
Okay.
You know what? We're just gonna roll with it, and
No,
if information is lost, I don't care. I'm done dealing with that.
It's gonna be
So
lost media.
Not the Sodor script.
I can play the live stream on my TV.
So I'm gonna text him real quick.
I can hear you.
He's not deafened. You can hear